Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.
Oh, I just want to drop in on him for a chat.
Please come in, Mr. Jackson.
No, thank you. Please tell him to phone me when he comes back.
Hi, Ben. Here are the top 10 of this week's top chart.
Oh, great.
Which is your favorite in this 10?
I like number 4.
You mean Sweetheart.
Yes. In fact, I think it's much better than this week's number 1.
What do you think about Cold Wind?
I like it as well, but I don't think it's as good as Sweetheart.
So number 4 is your favorite. Which one don't you like?
Well, I don't like Your Lips very much.
Why?
I think it's too slow, makes me sleepy. In fact, it's the worst in this week's top 10, if you ask me.
Really? But it's my favorite.
How do you think people get their personalities?
I think it's mainly from the environment a person lives in.
Don't you think people get their personalities from their parents?
No, but parents control a lot of the environment that kids grow up in, so they certainly influence their kids' personalities a lot.
So why do you think many kids have personalities that are so different from their parents?
Maybe when they become teenagers, they want to be completely different to their parents.
You might be right. I guess most parents want their kids to be like them, but kids today grow up in a different environment. You know, they know much more about the world from the internet, newspapers, and TV.
Do you think that teenagers get a lot of their bad behavior from TV and movies?
Maybe some of it. I think a lot of people blame TV and movies when the real problem is that the parents aren't bringing their child up correctly.
Parents have a difficult job. They have to bring up their children and usually have to work too.
Yes, that's true. Your son is doing well at school, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's very hard-working when he's at school. Then he comes home from school and does homework before dinner. After dinner, he goes out with his friends.
So, he's not a bookworm? It's good that he has an outgoing personality. Some kids are very quiet and introverted. You wonder they'll survive in the real world without their parents to support them.
I heard you were going out with John?
Yes. To be frank, I really love him to death.
You are so lucky.
Why do you say that?
Why? Are you kidding me? A guy like that is hard to find. Few boys are so caring, so patient, and did I mention he is haughty?
You really think so?
Totally. I am saying it from the bottom of my heart. And it's obvious that he's head over heels in love with you, too.
I sure hope so. Are you all right, child?
Hey, I still know my name.
What did the nurse say?
She said I have a fever but nothing major.
In that case, you should go home and get plenty of rest.
What if this small fever turns into a big fever?
Then I'll phone our family physician and make an appointment for you. What is that you have there?
Ah, close your eyes. You aren't supposed to see this.
Aha, I caught you. Just let me peek. I won't tell anyone.
You can't peek. This is a surprise.
How about one little hint?
Here's one little hint. If you don't go out right now, this won't be under the tree.
That's a very good hint.
And please shut the door and lock it behind you.
Whoa. Now I'm awake. Xena has a secret admirer.
I really do not have time to deal with some lovesick computer geek.
I know what you mean. I can't stand computer geeks.
Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean you. I am just not in the mood for this. I have work to do.
Who do you think it is?
Hello. Who is speaking?
Hello, this is John. I want to speak to Linda.
This is her.
Hi, Linda. I'm just calling to invite you to a dinner party tomorrow evening.
Really? What time and where?
7:30 p.m. at London Chinese restaurant. I'll be at your place at 7 to pick you up if you need a ride.
Yes, please, I'll need a ride. I'll be waiting for you then.
See you tomorrow at 7. Make sure you dress a little formally. I heard the restaurant is kind of upscale.
Thank you. See you then.
See you.
We are doing Secret Santa at the office again this year.
Whose name did you pick?
I got Jacob. Any ideas what to get him?
Booze.
Yeah, you're right. Can't go wrong with that.
Why don't you come around for a meal one evening next week?
I'd love to.
Which day would suit you?
Any day except Tuesday.
How about Thursday?
Yes, Thursday would be fine. What time shall I come?
Oh, about 6 o'clock. Will that be okay?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much.
See you on Thursday, then. The baby is crying again.
Leave him alone. He'll soon stop.
How can you do so? Perhaps something is wrong with him. Let's go and see him.
Okay, nothing serious. He just wants us to be with him.
What do you think of the new television channel? Aren't the programs awful?
I quite agree with you. They are terrible. They are complete waste of time. But my wife disagrees with me.
Actually, what bothers me is the violence. There are far too many detective and police shows.
I couldn't agree with you more. There aren't enough educational programs, and even the news shows are not well done.
You are absolutely right. They are too brief. They don't tell you anything.
Hey man, how's it hanging?
Hey man, everything is just groovy baby.
Did you go to the roller rink on Saturday? I heard it was far out, man.
I wanted to, but I ran into this foxy lady that just moved to my block. I was chatting her up a bit and then we mellowed out at her place.
Right on, right on. Well, Jim went to the rink with Sherry and he said it was dynamite. He was low on bread, but Sherry paid for everything.
Gravy. Jim is such a jive turkey man. He is always hitting me up for cash. Anyway, you wanna book and go grab some grub?
Yeah man, I'm starving.
I hear you are expecting your family.
Yes, my parents, and soon my brother as well.
I didn't know you had a brother.
Oh, yes, he is 2 years older than me. He lives in New Zealand, so I don't see him that often.
Oh, nice. Is he coming on his own or with the family?
His son is coming as well. He wants to go to university here in England, so they will visit a few universities while they are here.
Does your brother have just one son?
No, he has 2 daughters as well. His wife and daughters are visiting her parents, so I won't see them.
I'm sure your parents are looking forward to seeing their grandson.
Oh yes, they are really looking forward to it. They went to New Zealand last year and loved it.
So when are they all coming?
My parents are already here. My brother and nephew are arriving on Monday.
I want to say
Say it. What is it?
that I can't go on any longer without you.
You know you shouldn't say that at a time like this.
Nancy, I made up my mind you were the only woman for me at the first sight.
Too sudden. I'm not ready for it.
Forgive me for startling you with the impetuosity of my sentiments.
Stop it. No more of that talk.
I really love you.
No, I shall faint.
And I hope so. This is what you were meant for. Say you love me. Say yes. Say yes.
Yes.
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, the weather sure is nice today.
I love it when the weather is like this. Why don't we sit down outside and have our lunch?
That sounds like a good idea. The sky is clear, the sun is shining, and there's a nice cool breeze, so it is not too hot.
I really miss the change of seasons like we have in Colorado. But I must admit, this sure is a nice spring day.
Hey, this spot in the shade looks really comfortable.
Okay, hey, is that a dark cloud over there? Do you think it will rain after all?
I don't think so. I saw the weather report last night, and it said the weather should be fine all day.
If the weather stays nice, perhaps we can go to the beach this weekend. It's been a while since I've not really gotten some sun.
Helen, did you hear I'm having a party? Next Saturday in my place.
I may have something on that day, but thanks for inviting me.
Well, drop by if you can.
I will. Do you want me to bring anything?
No, just bring yourself. I hope to see you there.
Well, I'd better get back to work. I've got a ton of stuff on my desk.
Me too. I'll see you after work, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I was hoping to catch a ride with you.
Sure. Meet me at 5.
Well, known, Jim, I'm pretty much in favor of your computers. I think computers teach kids to think, because they require logical thoughts.
But I don't agree with that because computers weaken kids' ability to think because kids don't learn basic skills.
What do you mean?
They can't spell, they can't add, they can't subtract, they even don't remember anymore. That's because they rely on gadgets.
That's not the gadgets. Creating programs is stimulate thoughts. It engages their imagination and sharpen their mind.
How come you're still up? Shouldn't you be asleep by now?
I've been having a hard time sleeping lately.
As far as I know, insomnia is usually caused by stress. Are you stressed at all?
Well, I'm really worried about my grades. I didn't think this course would be so stressful.
You're a good student. I'm sure you can do well. What you need to do is to relax.
You're probably right. I just wish it were that simple. How can I stop feeling so anxious all the time?
Taking a yoga class or learning some relaxation techniques can help you cope with your stress.
I don't really have time to learn anything new. I need to spend my time studying.
You need to take some breaks throughout the day. Studying all day isn't very usually effective.
You're right. I usually end up staring at my computer or checking my email instead of doing my work for class.
Besides, it's not difficult to learn yoga. In fact, I can teach you a move that's supposed to help you fall asleep. You just have to sit down like this, bend over and breathe in deeply.
That's fantastic. I'm going to go try that out in my room now. Good night.
Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.